I keep falling in and out of love with you. What am I gonna do? I just can't keep falling. If I keep falling. Hello, what's going on, my proteins, my lovelies? The word on the street is that Chloe Bailey might be back with Gunna. As you know, her sister Holly Bailey is got a booed up. She's with longtime boyfriend DDG, and people even saying they may have a baby on the way, but who's to say? Because it has been confirmed or denied. I did a video on there. Y'all go check that out. And now Gunna, if you don't know, he was in jail, but now he's back out. But I think they kind of got something going on. And so we just gonna briefly talk about it, because if you didn't know, before he went to jail, people were side-eyeing Chloe like she may have been responsible, had something to do with it, which, you know, that can be confirmed or denied. But at least not over here. But basically he's out now, and he was seen with another female, and Chloe has since been seen with like other rappers via movie and out and about just hanging out as well. But word on the street is, and it's up for conversation, because you know we have plenty of conversation over here at the his house now, don't we? Yes, we do. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling like Chloe might be back with Gunna. And it's kind of surprising, because at the end of the day, I thought she was kind of done with Gunna, because then what she talking about, like he did her kind of wrong, this and that, and she knew her worth or whatever, and she cut people off easily. Her cutout game is strong. And of course, she's on tour now, so if y'all haven't been checking her out and you haven't been to go see her tour, make sure you do that, because you know it looks like it's pretty lit. And I'll probably go check her out myself one of these days. I got to get around to it. But so getting back to Gunna, a lot of people were wondering, you know, why Chloe's single, because of course, you know, she, you know, is one of those females a lot of dudes try to get with. And I was thinking, okay, it's by choice. But then too, like, okay, maybe it's not by choice. And I just didn't see her and Gunna getting back together. But I do feel like when they was together, it was kind of like a vibe. You know, they did a song together, a couple things like this and that. But I really didn't think nothing of it. I was like, oh, wow, like, you know, they are they together? They broke up, because you know a lot of times they was, you know, out and about together. But it looked like they may be either talking again or back together, but just on the low. And the on the low part is concerning to me and confusing to me, because it's like, why don't you want nobody to know? And maybe because they're working it out, or maybe because they're really just friends. But it definitely got people talking, including myself. So if you don't know, when Gunna was released, a couple months or days after that, like, I never thought that she was checking for him, thinking about him, this and that. But I guess when you see your sister booed up, you're gonna be thinking about your boo, right? Especially since they all used to double date and stuff. Gunna, DDG, Chloe, Bailey, Holly, you know. So anyway, if you don't know, she did a cover to one of Gunna's song, or some kind of remake to one of Gunna's song. And I was thinking to myself, why would she do that? And I just kind of left it alone. I think nothing of it. It was like a couple months ago. And I was like, why would she do a cover or a talk back, a playback to a ex's song? And then it occurred to me, well, maybe she's trying to get that get back. That's what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? And I just kept going. I think nothing of it, you know, whatever. I thought she was trying to be funny, you know, like a get back. But then when you think about it, if you're done with your ex, you're not going to be singing their song or thinking about them or anything about them. So I think, okay, maybe she missing Gunna. Maybe she want Gunna to call her. Then the next thing she did admit to losing weight. Of course, she does a lot of dancing on her tour, so she admitted to having her clothes kind of fit her differently now. But you also know that when you're active in other areas, or when you have somebody in your life, sometimes it can get hot steamy in other areas to where you can work off some pounds in those areas. But I'm not sure. But I know one day she was on live and she had had an energy drink and she was on 10,000. She was in a super, super, super good mood. And she was talking about how her clothes were fitting her, almost falling off her leg because she had lost so much weight. I'm like, okay, good for her. But that was cool. Then I see that DDG posted that he opened up for Gunna. So obviously they hanging out. And I'm thinking if he hanging out with Gunna, that means Gunna is probably still thinking about Chloe too. Because why you gonna hang out with your girlfriend's ex? Now I know you could be cordial, you could be cool, but he opened up a whole show for Gunna. And that was right after the time that Chloe did a cover for Gunna. Now I'm all for people keeping their relationships apart because that's the thing now, especially in this world of social media when people can eat up a lot of things, take things to heart, say this and say that, and some things may or may not be true. But it's like y'all was already together. Are you thinking people gonna bash you? Is that why you keeping it a secret? Or is it because y'all just want to keep people out your business and have fun? But it's starting to look more obvious because you don't see them out together. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we check some of the events she's been at and he may have been there. But most of the time you see her out, she's with her sister or, whatever, other people, family, friends. I never see Gunna. But the deal is, I think she's talking to Gunna again or back with him. And I feel like it's mutual, like they were missing each other. Because why else reach out to the sister's man to have him open up a show that seemed plotted and calculated and meticulous? And why else would she do a cover to a guy's song that she's supposed to be over? So, yeah, I'm here for it because when they was together, it was a cute little look or whatever. But obviously, she apparently liked thugs. And that's the first. Like, I didn't know that. Because apparently Gunna is a thug, kind of. He went to jail for not 1 month, not 2 months. He was there for a couple months. Wasn't he there like a year or something? I can't even keep up. But it's also supposed to be like something dealing with a Rico. So he about that life. You know what I'm saying? Even though he be dressing nice, somewhat, putting that stuff on, that expensive stuff or whatever. Apparently he a bad boy. So apparently Chloe must like bad boys. Because apparently it seemed like he more a bad boy than DDG. Which is surprising because you think about Chloe, you think about, Holly, you think about good girls gone bad kind of. And also, you think about Beyonce, she kind of married Jay-Z and he kind of has the reputation too. But it's kind of like, dang, Chloe, you really like the bad boys, because you see her, she's so bubbly, she's so prim and proper and put together. And it's just like, now Gunna, when you see him, he's kind of like the same way, but like he literally is fighting a case. So I don't know. So that's all I pretty much had to say. I want to know how y'all feel about them possibly could be rekindling, possibly talking again. Do you think it's a good thing? You think it's a bad thing? Let me know in the comment section down below so we can discuss further at his house. You know how we do. We got to talk about it. Got to talk about everything, all things. And I do respond back unless you just don't want me to, then that's cool. Just don't respond back to me. But at the same time, it's kind of like giving me, why they hiding it? Is it because he under investigation and maybe it's gonna mess up an image or something? Because I'm like, girl, if you like the guy, you just like the guy. It don't matter what we think. But it's also like, she not in no Disney movies, or is she? I know she was on a television show, a couple shows, which I have yet to see, but I still need to go check out. But kudos to her for doing her acting thing and getting out there. Not only is she on tour, not only is she a great singer, but she's also a great actor. And apparently she may not be single, and maybe she off the market for good. I think people want to know because people were speculating that her and Quavo had a thing going on. I feel like he was kind of interested in getting to know her and stuff like that. But it seemed like Gunna stole her heart. Gunna put something in her mind where she ran that thing back. And I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with running that thing back, because at some point in our life, I feel like you just have to do it at least once, if not twice. I mean, I've done it. Comment down below if you done it. I ran that thing back before. And if you don't know what that means, that don't mean like you just running. That don't mean you backing that thing up. Well, not exactly. It just means like you dated somebody, y'all broke up, y'all got back together, stuff like that. So I don't see nothing wrong with her dating Gunna. That's who she want to date. But I just kind of look at her like a bad girl a little bit now. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Gunna kind of up there with Young Thug, I think, right? And they, according to what they said on the street, Young Thug is like a ringleader of some aftermath, some of that gangster stilo. Like, but I don't know. And apparently he's supposed to be in a case that involves Gunna. So I guess apparently she gonna stick beside her man. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Holly Bailey has received so much backlash just because of who she wants to date. And, that people just being so mad at her for dating somebody, which is crazy because at the end of the day, they're the ones got to go through with it. So I don't know if that's one of the reasons why she's keeping her situation private. I don't know. Now, true enough, they could just be friends, but I doubt it. It's giving me more than friends because he's an ex. But that definitely does not mean that they couldn't just be friends. But like I said, it's giving me more than just friends. And I don't really know how to feel about it, because it's like, I don't know. That means Chloe could be off the market. So how do you feel about Miss Chloe Bailey being off the market? Maybe for good, because sometimes when you run that thing back, you find out the reason why you left the situation. But then I feel like sometimes time has a way of sorting things out, letting you realize, okay, yeah, I missed that person, I did miss that person, or this is what I could have changed about the situation. Maybe I overreacted in this situation, so on and so forth. But I don't know, who knows? But that's all I pretty much had to say, was the fact that they think they slick, but they not that slick. And ain't no need to hide that you with your ex, because I'm not gonna look down on you, and hopefully people are not gonna look down on them. But it's definitely making me wonder, like, what is there to hide? I mean, it's because he's in a case, but what would his case have anything to do with her? But so, like I said, it makes me feel like she likes bad boys. So maybe that is a change on her image. I don't know. And maybe she just wants to keep a polished image. I'm not sure. But they were popped out before. So why can't they be popped out now? That's all I'm wondering. Or maybe it's because they're still working things out. Maybe they're still talking through things. Maybe they're just having fun and they don't know for sure if they want to go back there. But to me, it's giving they back in the business. They still double dating, in my opinion, because like I said, DDG opened up a whole show for your boy. So they probably locked in at this point. You got me drifting and falling in love with you.